you've got if you so wish. All right, my love. So tell me about you. What is it that you're needing from me? How can I be of service?
Um, Mum just suggested that I speak to you. I'm not sure exactly what you like specialize in or anything. Like I've spoken to um uh people who like psychics and stuff like that, like one in particular. But I just kind of feel, I guess, like a little lost in
Mm.
life right now. So, and I think I'm just like kind of getting to the age where it's kind of like it's like the paradox of choice where like I can kind of like live everywhere or do anything. And that's kind of like debilitating because I'm like, oh, like what if I make the wrong decision? I don't really want to I don't really want to keep living in LA. I'm not sure where to live. I'm not sure like really what to do. I think because I just can go so many different paths right now, I'm just like kind of at a crossroads. Whereas sometimes I think like life might be easier if I'm like, okay, this is like my only option right now. And that just kind of makes things clearer.
Yeah. Okay, beautiful. Yes, definitely. Like in terms of what I do, I am a psychic medium, obviously, connect with
Mhm.
spirit, where is your guidance and support. So, as your, it's funny, I actually don't often dream about the people that I'm about to serve, but last night I was dreaming about you and I could see this. Okay, that must sound weird. I'm dreaming about you last night. But what it does, it gives me messages or a heads up of what's coming in for you. And I can see this plethora of options. And what I did see was you literally standing on the precipice of like the edge of the world, actually. So that's not
Mhm.
surprising that you're saying, oh, I got goosebumps. I don't know where to go, or feeling a little lost. And isn't it funny that the more options that we have and the more capacity that we have,
Yeah.
lost we actually feel, because it's like I've got all this freaking choice, and it is so much easier when we don't have a choice, but then we also feel like, why don't I have a choice? So
Yeah.
kind of in this dynamic energy. I love this for you. Oh my God, I love this for you because I feel like you're at the edge of what you're here to actually create. And I feel that this whole move of you leaving the nest and creating your own life was just to enable you to get a taste of what you're here and truly here for. Obviously,
Mhm.
I feel like there's so many options for you to diversify and create, and whatever you were studying, because I felt like you were in uni before you left. It was to get you out of that because that was not where you were meant to be. You're not
Mhm.
meant to be stuck in a fucking office and, oh,
Mhm.
two things. I swear a lot and I'll tell you the
Me
truth.
too. Don't
Okay,
worry.
okay. Um, I don't feel like you're meant to be stuck in a lab, stuck in an office, stuck within four walls. I feel like that would literally drive you fucking crazy because you'll be like that bird that's caught in a cage. And if you're there too long, which is like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, I don't like having any options. It's easier if I'm just told what to do or only have one route, you'll feel like your wings have been clipped. And that is not where Gabby needs to be. Gabby needs to literally have the whole world at her feet. And I say that with great love and respect. And I say that from a real high octave, because what I feel like you're here to do is become that beautiful mentor, or whatever field that you're currently in. You're here to teach the younger generations. You're here to be that leader for younger generations. And yes, I feel like there's options for you to diversify, and you could easily create clothing labels and put your name to so many things because of what you have approached. And then I'm also hearing that there's options to do that. So please feel what is good for you. If
Mhm.
there's um it doesn't, like I've got two things that are popping up. So then there may be something that you've been thinking about. One of them is like lingerie, and the other thing's like activewear. So I don't know if they're two things that you love or have already collaborated with or model for or whatever it is. But I feel like those two are two that you could easily
Mhm.
create a line for and would already like do well. But then you're like, oh fuck, but there's millions already out there. They're not for you to, that's not your job, right?
Mhm.
You're not there to create the line, sit there. You're there to craft it, create it, and release it, and then let someone else do the run of the mill shit. You're not good at hamster wheel, right?
Yeah.
That's somebody else's problem. You're the visionary. You're here to create and let go, create and let go. So I'm getting that sense of almost like, I don't know if you do human design, I only know a little bit, but you're the projector energy. Whatever
Mhm.
someone gives you, you literally can just burst out into the world, create it and release it, but then you're meant to let it go and move forward.
I think I'm a manifesting generator.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. So
So,
yeah. So, as a manifesting generator, which I am as well, what that means is someone's got to give you the gift first and then you launch it into the world. So, rather
mhm.
than being the one that creates it,
Mhm.
someone has to give you the impetus and then you release it. Then you're easily able to like launch something like exponentially. And then the way it tracks is so fast. So there's lots of little options for you. In all honesty, I don't feel like Australia is your home. I feel like it's too backward. Yes, it's lovely. Parents are here. It's great to visit. Beautiful continent, country. Like, it's not your home. You're meant to be above and beyond the world. I don't feel like Asia's your home either. I feel like there's lots of little options and places for you to dive into and just somewhere for you to retreat to, not somewhere for you to live.
Yeah.
So where that leaves you is, actually, that's interesting. I wasn't thinking, and maybe these are just places for you to visit, but they're actually showing me Germany and Spain as well as the US. So there's obviously lots of parts of the US, and LA may not be your thing, but it's been great for creation, but I now feel like it's too much of a mind fuck. It's too much in the headspace. So needing to come somewhere where it's a little bit calmer, but also something with energy that has a life that you can still have a platform to boost on or like propel from. There's literally so many options available for you. This is beautiful, but then I also get like living out of a suitcase can be tiring.
Yeah.
So I'm getting that sense of like not having somewhere to ground. You know your birth date, like just day and month.
Yeah, February 20th.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday. You just had a birthday.
Thank you.
So you're Aquarian? You're on the
No, I mean, I'm so into like astrology and stuff like that. I'm like a Pisces sun, a Gemini moon, and a Sagittarius rising. So
beautiful. It's time for you to lean into that Pisces energy. Funnily enough, today's the new moon in Pisces. What that gives you is trusting your intuitive nature. The Gemini that's that power within you that can literally just is the flirt of the world, is the communicator of the world. It's the one that just is such a magnet for everything and everyone, right? Which has a positive. The energy of a Pisces is to really go with your intuitive nature, really go with the flow, but then owning your own energy, because the shadow side of the Pisces is that we can be a little bit moody, we can be lost in our own emotions and never feeling good enough, which is bullshit, because you are absolutely enough. You are so enough, that you've been holding yourself back for a very long time. You've been doing what others have been wanting you to do for a very long time. And now that it's time for you to step into your own power, that's where you're feeling lost. That's where you're feeling like, well, what do I do? Because it's time for you to own your game. And much of it has been that case, but I still feel like it's been at someone else's behest. Now it's time for you to I just heard Gabby Inc. And God, who's that? There's a Gabby that does who's the spiritual guru. Like, she's quite young and stuff. I can't even think of the name right now.
Sure.
I was going to say Gabby Epstein, but that's you. Bernstein, Gabby Bernstein.
Oh yeah.
She's like, that's her creation. She's used a name to launch her books and whatever. But this is Gabby Inc. that you're creating now. It's like, what is it that your brand, what is it your personal, where are you, like, what's your passion? What's your purpose? What are you here for? Right. And that's what you're here to go, well, that's what I'm feeling fucking lost and stuck at. But it's what you're passionate about. And it's about crafting beauty. You see the beauty in life. You see that there's so much more. You get this from your dad, where you see a lot of injustice and it makes you pissed off, but you don't know what to do. It leaves you feeling, I don't know what to do. Whereas you have such a presence and platform, that's your platform to shift. That's your platform to create change. That's your platform. And I'm trying to ask for like someone that you can visually go, oh, okay, cool. That's my mentor. That's someone that I can mirror, but be my own energy of. So long you've been whatever other people have needed you to be, because that's work, right? Now it's time for you to become Gabby Inc. or whatever it is that is Gabrielle, right?
Yeah.
Creating your own name, your own identity, because you've been crafting it for a long time, but it morphs and shifts and changes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like I think I've kind of gotten like more into like spirituality in the past like year and a half, and I think I just like I was like always like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, and like now I just like want like a slower life, not like without traveling or anything, but just like the I guess like I was like, oh, I have to do this or I have to do that to like be like people like know I'm successful or know I'm this or know I'm that. I'm just like I'm just tired, and I just like now I feel like I'm like am I getting lazy, or am I just like tired, or I don't know what it is, but it's just like hard to find what I want to do or like what I'm passionate about. Like everything just like seems too loud. I feel like I'm just like kind of in my own little world a lot, and like that makes me happy. Um, but yeah, it is a lot of like noise, and I get very overstimulated like very easily, which is like really difficult.
Especially
So
living
like,
in LA.
pardon?
Especially living in LA.
Yeah, honestly, like I have my headphones on like all the time, and I think like well, I'm like I love my friends and everything, but like even like noises and stuff, like I'm so very easy like overstimulated. Um, and I love Australia, but like yeah, I just a lot of people's like mentalities here, like it is like very backwards in like a lot of ways.
Mm.
And yeah, I'm just like not really sure
Yeah,
where to be,
yeah.
but
And that's the beauty of this because you can literally be anywhere in the world. And as you're speaking, I'm like, I'm really feeling more, God, even Dubai, like
mhm,
because it's such a powerful platform, and a lot of entrepreneurs move there because it's quieter. You have
mhm,
access to everything that you want, and you're fucking surrounded by like-minded people because everyone
mhm,
there creates money.
mhm.
It literally comes out of the ground, right? So it's
Yeah.
just all about money. So you'll fit in that beauty there. And it's a kind of it's pretty central
Mhm,
to be able to move out to other places in the world. For you, it's I also get this little sense of fear of God, I'm starting again. I don't want to have to start from scratch.
mhm,
Your intuitive, this is the Pisces energy of you where you're feeling overstimulated, where
mhm.
everything is just overwhelming, and being able to create this safe space for you. So no matter where you're traversing in the world, no matter where you're literally walking, you'll feel safe. You'll feel like you're in your own little bubble without having to exclude yourself from the world. And that
Yeah.
just takes practice and time. That's just um, because I'm getting the sense of very empathic. So
Mhm,
being the empath, which means you can also absorb other people's energy. So someone's like beside you can feel them. You feel their
mhm,
pain, you feel their sorrow, you feel, and it's like creating a boundary. So it's like, okay, that's not mine.
mhm.
Getting a sense of what that is and releasing it into, which is tapping into that beautiful spiritual aspect, which is what you were saying before. And you're taking that dive down because that's part of who we are. We are
Mhm,
spiritual beings having a human experience. We want to be able to live this,
mhm.
but also we're part of this world. So how do we generate and still find peace, live heaven on earth, whilst we're just walking around in this matrix? So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
And
hmm,
oh no, it's just like kind of a different topic if you want to finish your
go for
thought.
it.
And like the other thing is that like I've only had like long-term relationships since I was like 18. It was like 4 years and like 3 years and like another like 4 year one. And like I just like don't I have like no interest in like really like dating or like I'm just not that kind of person. And I'm just like not really attracted to like people very often. Like I really like feel it in my soul. Like when I am, I'm like every time I've like met someone, I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna date you. And it's like and I just I can't explain it. It's like happens like once and kind of that's it. And like I was like only dating someone like last year for like honestly like a month or two. And I've like never had this feeling before, but I was like, I'm gonna marry you. Like immediately, I just like literally because I believe in like past lives and all those things. And I was like immediate and I don't get along with people like very well. But like the minute I met him, it was like we've been friends for a very long time. And I was like, I just know you. And I'm usually like kind of awkward like on dates and stuff like that, and it just like felt different, and then it fell apart like after like a month or two. And I'm not that person. Like I don't really care if someone like likes me or not. Like I just don't care about rejection. Like I'm very detached from like what people think about me, like very detached. But like for some reason, this is like 6 months ago, like I can't get over it. And
Mm,
like I just can't stop thinking about this person.
mm,
Um And like, I don't know why, and I've never had this before. Like, I've had guys be like, oh, like I'm not really, whatever it is. I've been like a few months, and I just don't care like at all.
Yeah.
And like for whatever reason, like it was just like I don't know if it was like bad timing or something happened. But like I guess I just kind of went to like stay with him for a week, and then I just like felt an energy shift, and then I started freaking out, and then we live in different countries, and his grandpa passed away, and a bunch of stuff happened, and then like we just kind of like fell out of contact. But like for whatever reason, like I'm just not this person to like like I'm not boy crazy. I don't obsess about boys, but like I have tried everything to get this person out of my mind, and I can't. And like I'm not like, yeah, I don't really like want to date other people. Because I just know instant, like immediately I just know. I don't think I'm like manifesting it or like putting things out there, but everyone I've dated, like I've had great relationships with, and it's the minute I met them, I'm like I feel it in my soul.
Yeah.
That I feel like I've like even like I feel like I've known you before. But I don't know why. I'm not that girl to like obsessed about boys or like don't have a problem with rejection. And I don't know why I can't get this person out of my head, and it's very frustrating because I either want to like be with him or like forget about him. And it's just like I'm just stuck in this limbo.
Beautiful. All right, perfect. I love that you love about connect to past lives. So I can just be quite direct with you. For him, I feel like he was a past life connection. It's that recognition of soul, and it's this energy of what I feel for him. And I'm getting a sense that he was Hispanic or something. Like he's got dark hair, tanned skin, olive skin.
He's British, but he's got tan skin.
Okay.
But he's British.
Okay, cool. So with him, I'm getting a sense of it was this impetus it had to spark you to move you. This was a past life connection for you to complete, because I don't feel like he's your forever. So I was going to say before, like, I don't feel like whoever you're dating now, and I feel like there's a void. So I'm not getting a sense of whoever you're seeing is fun and play. There's no real connection there at the moment. He was a past life connection. He was meant to spark you, move you, complete it, move on. Because he's not your, maybe they're just saying he may come around again in a year or two, but he's not right now. I'm not seeing a sense of like, people go, oh, can I manifest him back? Free will is a massive thing. I don't feel like he's your forever partner. I get the sense of that's your intuitive sense of knowing. That's a beautiful ability of clairsentience, of know. When you know, you just know. I know the same thing. As soon as I met my partner 3 weeks in, like the day I met him, I'm like, I know that this is someone I'm going to date. I know this, and we've been married like 2 years. That's a sense of knowing. That is an intuitive gift you can use for fucking anything. Like, even when you're going, I'm feeling lost and stuck right now, make a decision, trust your gut, and it will pull you towards what to do next. For him, I feel like it's a completion. The fact that you can't get him out of your mind, it's because of that sense of, fuck, I'm going to marry you. And I know what it's like, because I've had that past life connection with someone where, they call it twin flame, where it's like, Jesus, he felt like, or soul flame, he felt like the other half of my soul. And we just had this amazing connection, start one. Spark you. But I don't feel like, because I'm not seeing the link. Normally they'll show me the link of where it's connected, that it's broken. So it means it's a past life connection in which it's to complete, but not to move forward in this lifetime. How do we release that and let it go? Thank him, like energetically. Thank you for showing me what that feels like, because that's the next evolution of your own growth and moving forward. I get a sense that you're like, I just might pop over to the UK and just see it. Yeah. It will be forcing it rather than allowing it to move through. Because even if you do come back in, I'm getting a sense it will complete within 2 years anyway. So it's unfortunate, because we never want to hear that he's not the one, but he's not the one. Yeah. It's not right now. I'm not even going to go, oh, I see a future with you, because like I literally pulled 2 cards while you were talking. This is hard work. This is feeling pain, struggle, fighting against things and not there. Right? Your beautiful intuitive nature is going, I felt this energy. And that's what you're attracted to, the energy of what you felt with him. And it's spark you into, that's more of what you want. That's more of how to bring more of that into your life, how to trust that energy when you feel it, because your sense of knowing is your superpower. However, I don't feel like he's the one, because he's a past life connection. And this to me, this is your past life energy, reminiscing of the past. Yeah, you're reminiscing about him, but this is also a past life connection that is to complete, because there's someone new coming. Yeah. And I know that you were saying like, don't care. This isn't rejection, it's redirection. It's like, thank you. And now, and then moving forward, more of this, more of that energy. Show me who's here meant for me. Because yeah, who is meant for you is someone quite powerful, is someone quite spiritual, is someone who is, I'm getting a sense of like 5 years older than you. Is someone who's quite mature. You're not ready for him for another year, another 9 or 10 months. There's a little bit of growth for you and also grounding for you to where you need, who you're becoming. So right now, I feel like for the next 6 months, it's like, this is Gabby unfurling. This is Gabby unflourishing. What is that she's here to now create for herself? What is it that she's leaving a mark on in this world? What is she here to do? That's your focus for the next 6 months. And that takes internal work. That's asking those questions like, well, what turns me on? What lights me up? How do I actually want to spend my days? Yeah. And being a recluse, looking after puppies in Australia ain't it.
Yeah.
We know that, right? But as much as sometimes we like to retreat from the world because it can be overstimulating, that's finding a safe sanctuary, creating a safe sanctuary in your space so that whenever you step out into the world, you feel like you're fine. Because you are meant to have a global platform. But then retreating to a safe, sacred space that's yours is for you to come home to. Right?
Okay.
But I don't feel like, unfortunately, he's not the one, but he was there to trigger that within you. For you to develop that sense of knowing and to complete a past life cycle.
Okay.
Sorry, not sorry. Good to know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're not even saying there's potential. There's always potential, and I don't like saying the word potential. It's like, oh, it's too wishy-washy for me, but it's like, yeah, there's of course potential. If you go over, try and catch up with them, you're forcing it rather than allowing it to come together again. And if it's meant to come together again, it will. Yeah, naturally. But I don't feel like it's going to happen. Yeah, I feel like this is all about if you need to just stop following him on socials or checking in on what he's doing, it's like, all right, what's Gabby want to do? What do I want to, like, what's my next step? And then because you've got so many options, it's like, take a step and trust your intuition. Allow that to guide you, right? But that's the unfurling, because literally they're showing me that there's so many options that no matter which one you take, they'll all be successful. And the thought of, if I take a step forward, I'm not going to, like, what if I make something wrong? What if I take the wrong step? There's no such thing. There's no such thing in your spiritual journey of doing the wrong thing, unless you're literally banging on a door that says closed, or you're trying to push on a door that says pull. So you can't take it wrong. And this is the thing that we need to, as humans, kind of grasp that concept, that as long as we continue to follow the guidance, and like, even if you're not feeling guided right now, take a step, move in a direction that you're feeling called to. Right now, I feel like for you, it's like closing off some work or some completion that you have over back in the LA. And it's like, all right, where feels home to me? What's next for me? And I feel like you're going to get an opportunity within the next 3 to 4 weeks, which will make you move home.
Okay.
And sometimes they drop it in like, oh, okay, well, where is it? What is it? It's like, it's something that will excite you. It may feel like a sideways step, but I feel like you'll literally physically have to move home in order to be it. And they're saying yes. So that will be in the next 3 to 4 weeks. So something obvious and something that will come up already quite quickly.
Okay.
Because now you're opening to the universe going, all right, I'm ready to be shown what's next. Because we just need to let things flow. So take your time and not. It's giving you time to rest, time to recharge, time for you to just, I know the parents might be driving you nuts, but it's like, all right, well, take some time out for you before you take your next step. Because I feel like when you return back to the LA, it will be a little bit of like, okay, it's going crazy, but you will be quiet. There won't be much work for you to do other than what you create, because you're a manifest generator. You easily create stuff when you want it. The opportunity will come in about 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
So allow it to just flow in, and then allow it to spur you forward, because I feel like it will be an invitation, which will then go, okay, then it picks up really quickly. Because that's what you do. You get something and you just pick it up really quickly and run with it.
Okay.
but it will excite you and it will be in a different direction to what you have been traveling.
Okay.
But it will be in the same, it feels like it's in and around you already, something that you kind of enjoy and love doing, but it will be different.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they're telling me right now. It's all I can hear and see right now. I don't feel like you'll be moving far, so it may still be in the US,
Mm-hmm.
but it feels dry and warm.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting a sense of. Okay, because you mentioned the UK, I feel like you could easily move there, but I feel like it will get you down very quickly.
I was the only place I was thinking in Europe was Portugal. That was the only
Oh,
place I was really considering.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Portugal. And it's funny because I was thinking of Portugal and Gibraltar. For some reason, I always get those two confused.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like it's quite a like new market for some reason
Mm-hmm.
for what you're creating and what you're doing. And I'm feeling like that's a yes.
Mm-hmm.
So allowing this opportunity to come in, see what brings for you, and then choosing to, or just I was going to say just jump in and move, and they're saying no. The invitation will come because that's what Gabby needs. She needs an invitation for
Mm-hmm.
something to really flourish. Because if you
Okay.
jump and move, it's forcing the energy,
Mm-hmm.
which is a bit annoying because there's someone who is someone who's a like go-getter, someone who can literally make things happen.
Mm-hmm.
For you to make things really explode and to really like be powerful and manifest amazingly, I feel like the invitation needs to come first. And it
Okay.
might just be come for a holiday and then that's the invitation. But I feel like it's going to be a work opportunity. It's going to be a collaborative opportunity for you to say yes to.
Okay.
Mm. Mm. I still get this sense of, and this feels like it's a 2 year out thing where you will be mentoring, where you will
Mm-hmm.
be teaching, where you will be on this little global platform. And I don't like using the word mouthpiece, but I'm seeing you talking, I'm seeing you presenting, I'm seeing you sharing, I'm seeing you like out. Different to what you're doing now. I see the modeling space, but this is you generating you,
Mm-hmm.
creating you, where you're creating your own brand and you're putting together this package for the
Mm-hmm.
world. And I do see a little team of like people behind you, more you're the creator, you're the power force, you're the creatrix of this, but you have little admin people behind you doing the side. It's not a side hustle, but doing the side bit. But it's your baby, your creation, and your face and your voice.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this next year is about uncovering that, creating it, embodying it, stepping into it, and then next year we'll be launching it.
Okay. That sounds great.
Baby, it's just who you are. Like really honoring you and stepping into that power and not being afraid of your divine feminine energy.
Mm-hmm.
This is so like I don't know why they're saying that. Like it's exponential growth and it's just where you belong. So
Mm-hmm.
when you know that you belong there, it just happens.
Mm-hmm.
And when it happens, it would just feel like, yeah, I've always been doing this because
Mm-hmm.
it's already in your energy. So it's just for you, I feel it's just trusting that nature, trusting that instinct, trusting that intuition, that
Mm-hmm.
sense of knowing that you have so powerfully and letting it flow. You know
Mm-hmm.
when people are full of lies. You know when people are bullshitting you. And you also,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, when you meet a guy, it's like, I just know that I'm going to be dating him for a while. I know
Mm-hmm.
he's the one for now.
Mm-hmm.
Or, yes, I feel like I'm going to marry you. I've had that. I've had that twice. And they're not the ones that I married, funnily enough, because that is a past life connection that we're completing on. But
Mm-hmm.
when it does happen, it's like, this just feels normal.
Mm-hmm.
It feels beautiful. And that's how I feel life is creating for you. But for the next 4 weeks, it's about rest and recharge.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know how much you know about planets. You said you're not sure about astrology, but we just had, I feel like things have been, I don't want to use the word stagnant, but have been kind of like flowy or stilled or stalled for probably the last couple of months for you. Things that kind of feel like they've been trickling down or slowing down. It's because you're needing this rest phase before you ramp back up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of planets, Jupiter's just completed, gone direct. Mars has just gone direct, which means they're your planets of communication is Mars, and your power, certainty. Jupiter's the planet of your purpose. Power, certainty, purpose, your mission on this lifetime. They've completed. So they're no longer retrograde, which means going backwards. They're now moving forward. So from this new moon tonight, you'll start to see how your life will unfold. You'll start to feel things are shifting. It'll be slow because you're meant to rest for the next few weeks, the next 3 weeks. But then they'll start to, you'll feel like, oh yeah, things are just kind of flowing to me. But it's a gradual, rather than just land, explode, they'll be slow and smooth. So it's just like, they're just showing me a snail, the analogies they're using today. Slow and steady before it explodes and before it really takes off. This is time for you to rest and recharge. It feels like you're just defragging from LA. You're just defragging from the last few years, because I feel like the last 5 years have been really busy for you. It's been creating this image, it's creating work, creating a new country. The next 6 months will be about you, what you're here to do. So the feeling of stuck is just our ego going, I don't know what to do next. Like, okay, your intuition, your soul will call you, because that's where you're moving to now. As you awaken spiritually, you'll start to do more of your soul's calling rather than creating stuff on the fly. So it will feel slightly different, but it will feel more in flow. It will actually be a lot easier, manifest more quickly, and things will just feel normal as opportunities come to you. Okay. Do you have any questions or anything more that you want clarity on, or how things are? Like, did you jump to the guy? Is there anything in particular?
No, that's it. Like everything else, like I'm not that all sounds great. Yeah, I don't really have any questions. I think I'm just kind of I am like kind of just open to like how everything's like flowing from the universe. Like I had no like I'm not into like forcing anything. Like even with the guy, like he was like the last one. He's reached out a couple of times and I haven't responded. It was just like not the right like amount of effort. And like I'm not someone who like he actually lives in Dubai, but I'm like not someone to like ever go anywhere. Like I've never chased a guy in my life, and I'm like not about to start now. I just like don't, it with anyone. Like I've just never really forced anything. So or with work either. Like I'm always just like, oh, if it's like a no for this, like something better's coming. But I've never been into like forcing anything. But
Good. You're in flow.
yeah.
So in flow. So for the next 6 months, to me, it feels like it's about you uncovering you. It's leaning into your spirituality. It's leaning into learning, like understanding you more. Because it's funny because we get a concept of who we are and you know yourself quite well. That's the human Gabby. So then what's the spiritual Gabby? What's her calling? What's she here to step into? And that's more of that intuitive state, tuning into more of those abilities, and watch how the world literally falls at your feet. It will, it just feels like it's unfolding in a different direction, but more in alignment. And the more that we trust and lean into our divine feminine flow, the more that things will just naturally open up for you.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Life is great, honey. Like there's so much for you that's coming. And it's so don't be like because you trust yourself so much, it's like don't be afraid to say yes and don't be afraid to say no. So don't feel like you're going to miss out on anything. I don't get a sense of that for you, but it's like, oh, if you get all of these options, just trust which one will be best for you. Trust which one will, because they all will. No matter where you go, no matter what option you take, they'll lead you to where you're meant to be. So keep trusting that intuition that you follow. Like and I'm getting a sense of like I'm putting head, like I'm going deaf right now, and it's like wanting to be not numb, but distracting yourself from the world. So finding a way that you can find your peace without external influences. So no judgment from me. I'm finding a little bit of I'm seeing a sense of little recreational smoking or pot, whatever you want to call it. Fine. Recreational is fine because we can use those medicines in order, because I'm all in about plant medicine. You can use that to get more awareness because it's an altered state of sense of self and finding more clarity in life, not using them to escape.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. So that you're not numbing yourself from the world,
Mm-hmm.
but we're wanting to find this beautiful, safe space. So create that bubble around you as you leave the home, so you don't feel like you have to exclude yourself, because you are an incredible magnet. You are this incredible shining light. It will attract moths already. So it's like, okay, I need to shelter myself so that if I am getting a sense of something, is this mine or can I let it go? So just learning those things of, is this mine or is this not mine? So if you are feeling overwhelmed, it's like, this isn't mine. I'm reassuring yourself that you're in a safe space rather than allowing that to compound and make you feel heavy.
Okay.
Right?
That sounds great.
Yeah. For you, it's keep tuning into your intuitive nature. Keep trusting your intuition. Keep tuning into that. Because you're fucking powerful, babe. Like you're the creatrix of your life. We know that we're the creators of your life, but like they're showing you just how powerful you are because you've created this life already. It's about to like ramp up. So no matter what you turn to, you'll be able to manifest. So the feeling of stock, it's rest. You're planting a seed right now. And then us wanting to know what's next is just our sense of safety, because you're so used to being on the go. You're so used to doing. You're so used to doing things, being things. It's like now's your time to rest and allow things to come to you. Allow things to flow to you in their divine timing, because it will ramp up fast. Yeah. So take the next couple of weeks off. I already feel like you'll get something. So I was gonna say by the end of the week. So it might be you'll get some news within the next 3 to 4 days. Because I do feel like you'll be leaving Oz within the next 2 weeks. I know that you said by the 10th, but I feel like okay, 10 days, fair enough. I'm getting 10 days as well. So yeah, you'll be back on a plane. I feel like you'll be doing a stopover somewhere before I don't feel like you'll be heading straight home.
Okay.
So I feel like you'll be stopping over somewhere, not in transit. I feel like you'll be stopping over somewhere for a couple of days. But I'm seeing a stopover where you'll chill for 2 days.
Okay.
That may be an invitation, or it may just be, I guess, get a sense of, there's a offer on luxury escapes to go visit Singapore for a couple of days. I'm going to go stay there and just chill for a couple of days. Feel it. I just heard Japan, but I think it's because your sister Maddie's in Japan. She'll probably go, why don't you just come and join me? I think you've done that. I don't feel like it's Japan, but it just feels like somewhere that you're just going to stop over for a couple of days to rest before you head all the way back home. That will enable you to recharge. And I'm hearing you're going to hit the ground running, as you always do. Yeah.
Great. That sounds good.
All right, my love, you've actually just frozen, so it's okay. So you can hear me. Yeah, I've literally just pulled some cards for you just to see what's next. You've got the King of Wands. I'll keep recording because you'll get the recording anyway if you want to listen back to it. King of Wands is very magnetic. This is your intuitive power. So that's the King of Wands. Magnetic, intuitive, trusting your intuition, trusting your flow. Sitting happy. Like this is you feeling fulfilled, feeling full, feeling like you've got everything you ever desired and need. So trusting this rather than this. This is feeling overwhelmed, but they're saying you're close to home. It won't take long. You will be there very, very soon. And then you've got the Magician. This is you creating your power. This is you creating everything that you desire. This is you just manifesting exponentially. And I even feel like you'll be teaching girls on how to manifest, how to create this life, how to, how to like do what you just did over the last 5 years, because your clients are pretty much those people that you were 2 years ago. And things are turning in your favor, which they always are. I got this sense of like everything's always working out for me. The more you lean into that trust and the more that you believe that to be true, which you pretty much do, everything's always working out for me. So even in this rest moment, everything is always working out for you. Allow it to just flow.
Okay.
There, my love. Is there anything else I can help you with? Anything you want clarity on? Because we can go granular. Let me know what you need.
No, I think I'm like more of like a big picture person. Like I don't like to get like stuck on details. I just like trust the way like things are unfolding. And I'm just like, I'm not like I just don't get stuck on like small details, and I'm like okay with like not knowing things as well.
Nice. Okay,
So
great. Because most people need to know the next step, but it's good if you're big picture and just trusting that the pathway will unfold for you. That's
mhm,
exactly how things will, because you'll manifest each step of the way. You'll get
yeah.
called for each step of the way. Yeah,
Mhm.
beautiful. Trust,
Amazing.
surrender, enjoy your time in Oz. See it as a rest period. I feel like you're really good at speaking your truth. Um, and I'm just hearing being a little bit more compassionate. But like speaking your truth is something that you do and also continue to do so because you're
Mhm,
going to need that more this year because
mhm,
you speak things into existence.
mhm.
Beautiful. All right, my love, is there anything else I can help you with?
That's it. Thank you so much.
My absolute pleasure. Always here to be
Lovely
of
to meet you.
service. So you enjoy the rest of your time. If you've got any questions, please feel free to reach out.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ada.
All right,
Thank
my love,
you.
you take care and I'll send you the link to this when it's complete.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, take care, babe. Bye.